Hello FIFA faithful, Bearhams here with a setup video for my new series Youth Squad Gods with Northampton, which will start at the end of the month. The reason why I'm making this setup for the new series is to add realism and difficulty to a game that will probably be lacking in both. Getting straight into it, first rule, a rule usually associated with any youth series, is that I can only use players generated by the Youth Academy and the Regen cycle. For this save, I will be adding a celebrity rule in which the club can sign one famous player past their prime. But their stats need to fit in the league that they're playing, so we can't have Luis Suarez in League 1. Not forgetting the second rule, the squad can only have 30 healthy players. I added this restriction because when watching the end of some youth squad saves, teams during league games have completely rotated sides, and from watching Liverpool play last year, Mo Salah appeared in every single Premier League game and Champions League game. In my series, my players will appear in every game their bodies allow them to play in. This restriction will also put myself in tough decisions, having to pick between a proven player or a prospect glowing with potential for that final roster spot. Finishing off rule number 2, at least half of the squad needs to be from a British country. I added this clause to keep the English leagues somewhat Brexit. Not all the way, but somewhat realistic. When it comes to keeping transfer activity realistic, the star system will help signings seem somewhat believable. These sanctions on transfers and loans into the club will eliminate outlandish signings like a Juventus wonderkid being sold to play for a League 2 side. So we'll just kind of list off the levels here. So transfers in, if I'm a League 2 side, I can only deal with 1-star teams. League 1, 2 to 3 star teams. Championship, 3 to 4 star teams. And then Premier League, pretty much any team that I want. And then when it comes to loans, it's a little looser. So if I'm a League 2 side, I can deal with any team that's kind of the same level as a Championship side. League 1, a Premier League side, and then Championship and Premier League, pretty much any player that I want from the loan system. Easily my most dreaded rule is for transfers out of the club. Any Premier League offer must be accepted, and any league above Northampton's current standing in the pyramid must be considered. This rule will curb out players too good for the competition and force myself to play better with league-appropriate players. In order to re-sign a player, the team will have to be promoted to the same league as the team that got the player. The seventh and final rule concerns free agents. After the first year, the team can only sign one free agent per year. This rule is only lifted in the first year to fill up the remaining roster spots, if any. When signing a free agent, the players must be scouted and must be below the overalls shown on the screen. For realism's sake, we don't want to have a Lewandowski regen tearing up League 2. So, those will be the rules for the Youth Squad Gods save. I know during the course of the season, things will change and some exceptions will have to be made, but in the end, I think these rules will test my skills in scouting and strategy in order for the Cobblers to win a Champions League title. Before I go, I'd like to remind you, if you like these rules and are excited to see them in action, be sure to like and subscribe. This will be the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I did playing it. This has been Bearhams, and as always, toodaloo.